Yes, Adriane Mack, hospitality professional with nearly 30 years of experience across business development, fundraising, marketing, and event planning. Over the course of her career, Adrienne has worked with a wide range of respected organizations, including the James Beard Foundation, Harlem Eat Up, and Marriott Renaissance, helping bring memorable culinary and hospitality experiences to life. She currently is the events director at Ledoux's Wine, where she leads the planning and execution of events that connect wine, community, and hospitality in the heart of New York City. Please welcome Adrienne.
Awesome. Thank you. Although I'm not the owner of Ledoux's, I do have my own business as well. So I own Miss Mac Enterprise, which is a hospitality business development consulting company. So although I work here, I still serve in that, I still wear that hat as well. And a lot of the times the two coincide, both working at Ledoux's in my business. So
Well, both should be members of the chamber. Consultants are allowed too. Um, uh, so talk to me a little bit about Ledoux. They got a really
I
great
do. Hold
history.
on. A second.
And a shop that not all folks are aware of because it's pretty far over on the west side. But yeah.
Sorry, someone was trying to grab a delivery and I'm moving out of the way because I'm at the store, everybody. We have boxes of wine everywhere. I'm in the office. So I just wanted to move so Charlie can grab this box. But I'm listening, Jesse. Go ahead.
Totally fine. Reality of a small business owner in New York City. It doesn't stop. Um, yeah, just tell us a little bit about the history of Ladue. I think it's been around about 25 years. West
Yeah,
Side
so Ledoux's
Highway.
has been around for over 20 years. And this year's our 21st year anniversary. And what we specialize in is fine and rare auction, but also affordable, approachable, low intervention, small production wine. So we won't have your Oyster Bay or your Josh Cabernet. Nothing wrong with those brands, but we really love to, as we just talked about, support small businesses. So we're a small business who supports small farmers, families that have been making wine, and all of that. We also sell spirits and sake as well.
And when I first, when Ladue first came on as a member, JT, what is JT's managing director or
JT
something?
is the GM.
The
Yes.
GM, explained like your location's over, it's on Washington Street, right? And pretty far over West Side, and explained, at the time that you opened, it was not a place with a lot of foot traffic, not a lot of
Yeah. It was
housing
a
over
lot of
there. It was really
warehouses,
over.
and there was a meat plant. Pat LaFrida. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but probably some of the best beef, out there in the market. So if you ever go to Shake Shack or Harlem Shake, they use Pat LaFrida beef. But
Okay.
yeah, and in fact it's what Leroy used to be called, was or is called now Pat LaFrida Way, something like that. But yes, we're literally one block from the West Side Highway. And so now there's a lot of beautiful residential buildings and gyms and lots of
And
transformation since 20 years ago.
and at that time, a lot of your business was shipping, hence the location, is what I understand.
Yeah, and we
So
still
now,
do a
how
lot of
has it
shipping.
shifted it? And I assume that's still a big part of your business, but you seem to be doing a lot more with you coming on towards doing events, doing things in the space. It's a great space. It's quite large, not your typical small wine shop. You got a pretty large space there.
Yes.
So what are some of the things you got coming up? There's some we put in our newsletter recently, but let's.
Yeah, absolutely. So, a lot of what we wanted to do was let people know that number one, Ludu is still here, right? We haven't gone anywhere. And a lot of times when I'm, out and about networking, talk to people like, oh, I know Ledoux wines. I remember Jean-Luc Ledoux. And that makes me feel good to know that people remember our brand and what we stand for. So that's letting those people know that we're still here. And then number two, bringing in the young generation. So a lot of times people think that people aren't drinking wine or the young generation aren't drinking. That's not true. Their thing is more quality over quantity. So I don't know how many millennials or Gen Xers we've got on here, but I remember when I was younger, we didn't care. We were drinking whatever because we really just wanted to get drunk. Where this generation, they're really more interested in quality, the story behind the product, and they don't mind spending a little bit more money. Whereas when I was a kid, again, you take $10 and, buy whatever. They're willing to get a bottle and share with their friends and discuss, because if you remember, many of them turned 21 during the pandemic. And so their only way to introducing the beverage industry was through their wine store. And so we're here to let the younger generation know that we support the young farmers and the new generation of winemakers coming in, and boutique and artisanal quality spirits and sake. And we are very much big on education as well. So yeah, so that's what Ladou's is all about. So with the events, we've got lots of stuff coming up. So we just concluded the Women in Wine Festival this past Sunday, celebrating International Women's Day. We had close to 200 people in our store celebrating women winemakers from all over the world. And we hosted 2 panels and tasted over 55 bottles of wine, all made by women and led and owned by women. It was dynamic. I can't tell you. This was like the only event of its kind. And we're happy that we partnered with No Wine Left Behind, which is a for-profit business organization founded by Fallon and Louisa. And they are just on the ball of letting the world know that women winemakers are not the future, but the present. And they're doing incredible work in the industry. So what we have coming up now, we have our Italian wine tasting coming up on March 28th. We'll be tasting, probably over 30 to 40 bottles of wine all throughout through Italy. And then of course, we have our Iberian tasting coming up. On March 25th, we have Shannon Multiford. She is a top rum expert in the industry and also a best-selling author for a tiki cocktail book. So we'll be learning about rum from all over the world, but also enjoying some really high quality boutique rums that we have here at the store, and also be making a cocktail as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun, celebrating women in the industry of rum. But one of the things I will be sharing with Jesse is all of the events that we have coming up and our QR code and all of that. So you can always follow us on Instagram and or through our QR code to know all the different types of events we have coming up.
On that, one of the things that we've experienced as a nonprofit, something that you guys recently provided some amazing wines for our annual meeting last week of the membership. And you mentioned at that time that you're really interested in working with nonprofits to help them reach fundraising goals or whatever that may be. Can you touch a little bit more on that and what the purpose of
Absolutely.
that is?
So not just nonprofits, but for profits as well. So I know we had Cheryl on as a consultant. She may have clients that might need to do something special. So what we're doing for nonprofits, we are offering our location as a way to raise money. And we also offer other services to raise money. So one of the first things that we can do is we can host up to 85, 90 people in our wine store for a walk around tasting, and we will donate 100% of those ticket proceeds to your nonprofit. So it's basically your event. We put it together and you invite everyone over and sell those tickets. And then those profits will go to you. One of the other things that we do is an in-store discount. Well, not discount, like donation. So if someone comes in and wants to support Greenwich House, and they wanted, 10% of their sales would go to Greenwich House. So we would set up a promo code, and we'd be able to track everyone who comes in and uses the promo code Greenwich House. And after the campaign is over, we'll donate 10% of those sales to the nonprofit as well. The other thing that we offer is raffle prizes. So one of the things that we offer is a membership, 3-month membership to our wine club. So you will receive 3 wines per month. That's curated by our tasting manager, Charlie. Or we auction off a private sommelier tasting, which, by the way, raised $2,200 at the Next Jump event on behalf of the chamber here. And I'm glad that we were able to support the chamber in that way and help raise significant funds that our chamber needs to in order to operate. So we hosted about 15 people for a private tasting, and it was Italy versus France, and they had a ball. Everybody left having a good time. And then we offered an additional 10% off if anybody wanted to buy anything in the store that day. So that's just a few things that we offer for nonprofits, and same thing for profits or just private events. It's your birthday, or and you want to have a nice wine tasting event in our store, let's do it. So we won't charge for the space. Basically, if we're allowed to stay open for business, we don't charge you for the space. So we have a lot of amenities too here to offer. So let us help you raise money. Let us help us get the awareness out about your organizations, the services you provide, and let's drink good wine.
That